I went on my very first cruise in 2019 and I instantly fell in love with it. I actually booked two more cruises, but 2020 happened and everything was canceled. However, 2021 is looking pretty good for the cruising industry, and I finally went on my second cruise in September 2021. Hi, my name is Sarah, and before marrying Ricky, my husband, I told him that I wanted to travel the world and asked him if he wanted to do the same. He said yes, so here we are. We went on board the Mariner of the Seas out of Port Canaveral, Florida. The cruise left on Labor Day on Monday and came back to Florida on Friday. It was a 4-night cruise stopping in Nassau and Coco Cay. I want to create a separate video talking all about the safety precautions that Royal Caribbean took to prevent the spread of COVID-19. So if you want to hear more about that, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you don't miss that video when it is out. In today's video, I am going to share with you how the first 2 days of our trip went, from flying out to Orlando from Las Vegas to our embarkation day on board the Mariner of the Seas. If I didn't mention it earlier, we live in Las Vegas. There's not a lot of options to cruise out of here, so we have to fly out to Orlando in order to hop on the Mariner of the Seas from Port Canaveral. A lot of experienced cruisers out there always suggest to fly to the port one day early, and I followed that suggestion this time. Not that I didn't in the past. All aboard time is usually between 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. and because I needed to fly east, it was hard finding a flight on the same day that will get us to Orlando before all aboard time. I probably should have stayed at a hotel closer to the port, but because we got in so late the day before, I preferred to crash at a hotel closer to the airport. So I decided to try out GoPort because a few people here on YouTube talk about how good they are. We caught a free shuttle back to the airport where we checked in with the GoPort employee, waited for the shuttle, and headed out to the port after about 30 minutes or so. Since our check-in time for the cruise is at 1:30 p.m., we decided to just carry all of our luggage. We only have two. By the time we get on board, I was sure that our cabin would be ready. The check-in process is pretty smooth. It's partly because there were not that many people this time. I heard 900 people from a group of people on board and 1,200 people from different staff. So all I knew was that it was way less than the usual capacity, which I was so happy about. A few things I want to point out. They do check your vaccination card and the test results multiple times during check-in. So make sure you have them handy until you actually go up that escalator to board the ship. Let's hit up our balcony cabin first. This was our first time in a balcony cabin, and I don't know if I could be on an ocean view or interior cabin after this. I love how you can just step outside to enjoy the ocean, even though it could get really hot outside, especially if you are going into the Caribbean. I also love the extra living space. We have more space to change our clothes, to get ready, and just to, like hang out near the couch, watching TV, and all of that. The thing I love the most about our cabin is the bed. It is so comfortable. I had no trouble sleeping at all. If you are curious, you're about to maybe board the Mariner of the Seas anytime soon, our cabin number is 9644 on deck 9. If you are enjoying this vlog so far, make sure to subscribe to our channel and also like this video. So after we checked out our cabin and also unpacked some of our stuff, we headed out to Playmakers for lunch. It is a sports bar located on deck 5 in the Royal Promenade. Because we had a low capacity sailing, the place was not packed at all. We didn't spend too much time looking at the menu because we already knew what we wanted. I wanted to get the poke nachos and the chicken tenders. And then Ricky decided he had to try the Playmakers burger. It was super delicious and the price wasn't outrageously expensive. I definitely recommend getting a quick bite lunch here if you don't want to go to the Windjammer. After our lunch, we decided to stroll around the Royal Promenade. I really love looking down at the Royal Promenade when I go up or down the elevators. It is just so pretty. We also obviously strolled around the casino. We live in Las Vegas and we do occasionally visit the casino here when family or friends are over. So we're always so interested in what table games they have on the ship and what is the minimum bet. Then we just kind of compare it to what we usually have here in Las Vegas. You can't really film inside the casino, but since it's closed and it's Embarkation Day, it is the perfect time to stroll around and get some footage of all of the games, the tables, and the minimum bets and all of that around the casino. Let me tell you that the tables here are almost always packed with people every single night. And as I mentioned before, our capacity is really low, but it's still full every single night. Since we were dealing with a little bit of a time difference, we decided to go back to our cabin to take a quick nap, which is what Ricky did, and I decided to hang out on our balcony. We didn't really want to hang out with other people on the Lido deck to sail away, and to be honest with you, I don't even know if there was a sail away party on the Lido deck. I heard some music, but I don't know if there's actually a party. But because I stayed and hung out on our balcony, I got some sick time lapse of the sailway, and you get to see it here first. Here you go. How amazing was that? I stayed out on the balcony for a good hour or so, even though it was kind of humid and hot. Have you ever stayed in a balcony cabin? Let me know in the comment below. Speaking of humid and hot weather, on our embarkation day, we went to our first ever ice show on board a cruise ship. It was kind of crazy to think about because it was hot outside, but then you can still chill inside an ice rink on board a cruise ship. Studio B is where all the ice action is on board the Mariner of the Seas. The ice show was called Ice Under the Big Top, and they were on for only 3 times during the whole cruise, so you don't want to miss it. I believe during regular sailing you can actually go ice skating on Studio B. However, the open ice skate session wasn't happening on this particular sailing, unless I completely missed it. After we got off the ice show, we got pretty hungry. So we of course decided to go to the main dining room, aka the MDR. I've even checked out the menu way before we got on board because I was that excited for the food. So for tonight, for starters, Ricky got the garden salad. As for me, I got the shrimp cocktails and the escargots. That's right, I eat escargots. We tried it out on the last night of our cruise back in 2019, and we actually loved them. Moving on to the main entrees, Ricky got the slow roasted prime rib. It actually looked pretty good. And I got the battered fish and seafood. I wasn't too in love with my choice of entree, but it wasn't too bad. I could have gotten another one, but I didn't want to go all out on eating all of the MDR food on our first night. Moving on to dessert, Ricky got the warm hazelnut chocolate cake and I got the classic creme brulee. Our dinner experience was amazing and definitely what I imagine our cruise dinners at the MDR would be. To close the night, we went to the night show. There was music and dancing, and the performers were really awesome, especially the singers. Let's talk a a little bit about Royal Caribbean's health protocols in the theater. There were 2 levels of the theater, the Royal Theater. The lower one on deck 3 was designated for vaccinated passengers only, and masks are optional. The upper one on deck 4 was designated for everybody else, and masks are mandatory. Before the show, the cruise director always reminds everyone to leave 2 seats between different groups open so you can actually physically distancing yourself from other people. That concludes our embarkation day on board the Mariner of the Seas. I have plenty more videos for you, so if you don't want to miss out, make sure you subscribe to our channel. If you have any questions about the check-in process, the requirements to sail, which probably will change as time goes by, leave your questions in the comment below. I will try my best to actually answer them. Before I go, here's a question for you. Have you cruised recently? If so, let me know in the comment which ship you went on and the destination. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, make sure to hit the like button, and I will see you in our next video. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye!